in the vast echoing chambers of the Galactic Council, representatives of 1,000 star systems convened. The council was situated on Althorion 5, a neutral planet known for its imposing silver towers that pierce the skies and its deep blue seas that seem to hold ancient secrets. On this significant day, the agenda was brimming with trade negotiations, territorial disputes, and the looming threat of the Pirak invaders, a ruthless species that had been carving a path of destruction across the northern sectors. However, a matter of seemingly lesser importance was to cause an unforeseen stir among the gathered dignitaries. As the session progressed, High Chancellor Virix, a reptilian creature from the Gorgon cluster, addressed the council with a tone of condescension. "We now address the application of a new species wishing to join our military ranks. They hail from a small, mostly water-covered planet in the Sol system, called Earth by its inhabitants." Murmurs filled the chamber as the holographic display in the center lit up, showing a rotating image of Earth. Laughter and snickers spread through the crowd as the image zoomed in on small figures moving about on the surface. "They are called humans," Virix continued, barely concealing his amusement. "A frail species, bipedal, short-lived, and technologically primitive compared to many of us. They wish to offer their service in the fight against the Pirak invaders." A ripple of laughter turned into outright guffaws. A delegate from the crystalline species of Zyphoria spoke. "You jest, surely. These humans, they use combustion engines and projectile weapons. How do they expect to confront enemies with quantum displacement shields and star-cleaving cannons?" Virix smirked, reveling in the council's scorn. "Indeed, it seems a desperate offer, yet they are insistent. They claim their soldiers have unique qualities that could be of use." "Let us put this to a vote, then," suggested Ambassador Thrix of the Nebulon realm. "All in favor of allowing these humans to demonstrate their worth in a trial by combat, signify by the usual manner." The chamber flickered with lights of various colors, each representing a vote. Surprisingly, the majority supported the idea, curious to see this human spectacle, if only for entertainment. Thus, it was decided. Earth would be given a chance to prove itself in the galactic battle arena, a place where disputes were settled and heroes were made or destroyed under the watchful eyes of the galaxy. Back on Earth, the news that the Galactic Council had accepted their challenge was met with mixed reactions. General Sarah Mitchells, head of the Earth Defense Forces, stood before her assembled troops, a sea of faces both determined and anxious. "Listen up," she bellowed, her voice cutting through the murmur. "We've been given a shot, not just to defend our planet, but to show this galaxy what humans are made of. They may laugh now, but they have no idea what we're capable of. We are not the biggest or the strongest, but we have something no species has: our spirit, our resilience, and our ingenuity. We fight not because we can win easily, but because we dare to win despite the odds." The soldiers erupted in cheers, their morale boosted by her words. Preparations began at once. Specialists in various fields, engineers, tacticians, physicists, were all summoned to provide their expertise. Humanity was about to enter an arena that tested not just their military prowess, but their very identity in the cosmos. As the Earth spaceship, the EDS Resilience, prepared for departure, the crew aboard knew the weight of what they were undertaking. It wasn't just a battle. The EDS Resilience sliced through the vacuum of space, its destination the notorious galactic battle arena. The crew members were silent, each lost in their preparations and thoughts. Captain Lucas Grant stood at the helm, his eyes fixed on the stars streaking past as if they were drawing him and his crew deeper into an unknown fate. In the tactical room, General Sarah Mitchells convened with her top advisors. The holographic table illuminated their faces with the blueprints of the arena, a colossal structure floating in the orbit of a dead star, its fields adaptable to simulate any environment from the participating species' homeworlds. Intel suggests the Pirak will favor a terrain of their choosing, likely something that mimics their home environment of dark, rocky crevasses with toxic gases, Lieutenant Harrow, the chief tactician, reported. His fingers danced over the controls, shifting the display to show a 3D model of rugged cliffs and narrow ledges shrouded in green mist. Sarah nodded, her mind racing. Adjust our training modules. Prepare for low visibility and hazardous atmospheres. I want everyone on this ship ready to face whatever that arena throws at us. Meanwhile, in the engineering bay, Dr. Emily Jo and her team worked feverishly to modify their equipment. We need these suits to be airtight and reinforced. Pyrrhic weapons are heavy on radiation output. Let's improve the shielding and make sure our own weapons can fire in such conditions, she instructed, her hands expertly recalibrating a suit's defense system. The ship's resident alien linguist, a defected Zyphorian named Silex, consulted with the communications officer. Understanding their commands could give us a crucial edge. I'll teach you key Pyrrhic military terms. Listen closely, their language is tonal. Slight variations could mean the difference between retreat and ambush. As the Resilience entered the final phase of its journey, a grim silence fell over the crew. Each member knew the stakes. Not only were their lives on the line, but the pride and future of humanity itself. They were about to confront an enemy that viewed them as inferior, nothing more than a nuisance to be eradicated. Finally, the ship arrived at its destination. The arena loomed before them, a monstrous edifice of metal and energy shields, illuminated by the light of the dead star. The bay doors of the Resilience opened, revealing the vastness of the arena's interior, designed to intimidate and disorient newcomers. Positions, everyone, Captain Grant ordered, his voice calm yet firm. The crew took their places, each person sealing their suit and checking their weapons one last time. Sarah stood at the forefront as they disembarked, her gaze steady and resolute. As they stepped into the arena, a roar of voices welcomed them. Not cheers, but jeers and laughter from the audience of alien species who had come to witness what they believed would be a quick defeat of the human newcomers. The Earth team moved into formation, their steps echoing in the vast, hostile environment of the arena. Above them, a giant holographic display flickered to life, announcing the commencement of the trial by combat. The challenge was simple: survive and subdue the Pyrrhic champions. As the gates on the opposite side of the arena began to open, Sarah turned to her team, her voice cutting through the din. Remember, we're not just fighting for survival. We're here to shatter their expectations. Stay sharp, stick together, and let's turn their laughter into respect. The gates flung wide, and the Pyrrhic warriors charged into the arena, their weapons blazing with deadly energy. The battle for humanity's place in the galaxy had begun. The arena floor quaked under the thunderous advance of the Pyrrhic champions. Their forms were monstrous, a meld of organic and mechanical parts, giving them a fearsome appearance. Clouds of toxic mist billowed around them, the environment tailored to their strengths. The humans, dwarfed and seemingly frail in comparison, braced themselves. Sarah's voice cut through the team's comms, clear and commanding. Delta formation. Shields up and keep your distances. Harrow, take point with the long-range pulse. Emily, monitor our suit integrity. Lieutenant Harrow stepped forward, his weapon discharging a stream of high-energy pulses that lit the murky arena. The blasts were precise, designed to exploit the known weakness in Pyrrhic armor joints. One of the charging beasts staggered, a joint on its leg briefly exposed and sparking from the hit. On the flanks, Silex relayed critical intel, translating the growls and barks of the Pyrrhic warriors. They're regrouping. Expect a flank maneuver on the right, he warned. Instantly, a part of the Earth team repositioned, preparing to counter the anticipated attack. Amidst the chaos, Dr. Emily Jo kept her focus on the telemetry streaming in from everyone's suits. Radiation levels spiking. Adjust your shields now. Her warning was timely. As she adjusted their suit settings remotely, the team withstood a barrage of radiation-laced firepower that would have been fatal just moments earlier. Captain Grant, armed with a modified rifle, provided covering fire, allowing a squad to move into a better strategic position. Joe, how are we holding up? System stable for now, but don't get too comfortable. These suits aren't meant for prolonged exposure, Emily replied, her fingers a blur over her portable console. The human team, now fully engaged, moved with a precision that belied their supposed inferiority. Their tactics, honed under Earth's varied combat conditions, were adaptive and unpredictable. They used the arena's obstacles to their advantage, turning the Pirac's strength and size against them. Where the Pirac were brute force, the humans were cunning and agile. Sarah noticed a pattern in the enemy's movements and called for a risky maneuver. "Harrow on my mark, feint a retreat. Draw them into Sector C3. We'll collapse the ridge onto them." The bait was set. Harrow and a few others made a show of faltering, their retreat covered by heavy suppressive fire. The Pirac, sensing an easy kill, surged forward, howling in their guttural language. As the Pirac entered the designated sector, Silex confirmed their position. "Now!" Sarah shouted. Engineers who had been discreetly placing charges at strategic points detonated them. Massive rocks and debris fell, trapping several Pirac warriors underneath. The council observers watched in stunned silence. Their laughter had ceased, replaced by grudging respect and disbelief. The humans, their ingenuity on full display, were not only surviving but dictating the flow of the battle. With several of their number down, the Pirac force became disorganized, their ferocity dampened by the unexpected resilience and strategic depth of their opponents. Sensing the shift, Sarah pressed the advantage. "All units, converge on their leader, isolate and neutralize." The team coordinated their final assault with precision, concentrating their firepower on the Pirac leader, a towering figure who had been directing the troop from the rear. Isolated and overwhelmed, the leader fell, signaling the end of the combat trial. As the human team gathered their gear and checked each other for injuries, the arena's massive screens flickered, and the face of High Chancellor Virix appeared, his usual smirk absent. His eyes roamed over the team, his voice grudging as he addressed them. "Your performance has been noteworthy. The council will deliberate your fate. Stand by for their judgment." The team waited in a charged silence, the weight of pending decisions pressing down on them. Sarah paced before her team, her expression composed yet stern. "Whatever the outcome, you've all shown what Earth can do. Be proud." Meanwhile, far from the battleground, the Galactic Council convened in an emergency session. The debate was heated, the chamber a cacophony of opinions and arguments. "We invited them as a formality, a joke," protested Ambassador Thrix, his feathers bristling with indignation. "And now they've shown up the might of the Pirac. What else might they be capable of?" On the other side, a more cautious voice rose. "Their ingenuity and tactical prowess could be invaluable," argued Scylla, a delegate from a technologically advanced planet. "Imagine harnessing that adaptability for the Council's fleets. We need allies, not just subjects." Back at the arena, the team was escorted to a holding area, where they were met by an envoy from the Council. The envoy, a small, wiry being named Clix, was known for his neutrality. "The Council is in turmoil," he informed them, his voice a whisper of sibilant sounds. "Your actions have catalyzed a shift. Some fear you, others see potential allies. I suggest you prepare for both admiration and hostility." The team absorbed this, understanding the gravity of their new position in galactic affairs. Emily checked her equipment, mulling over the technical implications. "We might get access to advanced tech, but at what cost? We'll need to be careful about what we share and what we keep." Lucas nodded, his mind on their next moves. "We'll need to negotiate carefully. Our independence isn't up for discussion." The tension in the holding area was palpable as they awaited the final verdict. Hours seemed to stretch into days. Finally, the large screen in their quarters lit up, and the face of Virix reappeared, this time his expression unreadable. "The Council has reached a decision," he announced. "Humanity will be granted provisional membership in the Galactic Defense Alliance. You will share your technologies and strategies with us, and in return, you will gain access to our resources and protection. Welcome to the Council." A mixed cheer erupted from the team, their victory tinged with the sobering reality of the new responsibilities and dangers that lay ahead. Sarah stepped forward, her face set in determination. "We accept, with the understanding that Earth remains sovereign. We'll cooperate, but as equals." The screen went blank, and the team members looked at each other, their faces a mix of triumph and concern. They had secured a place for Earth within the galaxy's powers, but at what future cost? As they were led back to their ship, Silex pulled Sarah aside. "You've changed the game," he murmured. "The galaxy will be watching. Every step you take will be scrutinized, every decision magnified." Sarah nodded, her mind already racing ahead to the challenges and opportunities that awaited them. "Let them watch," she said with a firm smile. "We'll be ready." As the Resilience prepared for departure, its crew not just survivors now, but pioneers, the galaxy indeed watched. New alliances, new rivalries, and new wars loomed on the horizon. But so did new hope. The universe had expanded for humanity, filled with infinite possibilities and perilous new worlds to navigate. The Resilience cut through the cold expanse of space toward Earth, the crew processing the enormity of what they had achieved and what awaited them. Communication lines between the ship and Earth's high command were abuzz with strategy meetings and briefings. Upon entering Earth's orbit, the ship was greeted not just by the blue and green vista of their homeworld, but by a swarm of media satellites and diplomatic envoys from other human nations, all eager to hear the tale of their galactic confrontation. Captain Lucas Grant, now a figure of immense interest, led the discussions. "We have to be united in our response," he emphasized during a secure transmission to Earth's leaders. "The galaxy sees us as one entity. We can't afford internal divisions now." Back on the ground, the crew was debriefed in a secure facility under the watchful eyes of both Earth's military brass and selected members of the global press. General Sarah Mitchells recounted their strategies and the decisions made during the combat trials. "This is not just about military might," she explained. "It's about diplomacy, about showing that we, too, are a force of civilization and intellect." As the news spread, humanity's role in the galactic community became a subject of public fascination and debate. Universities and think tanks worked feverishly to analyze the implications, while public forums and virtual spaces were alight with discussions about what it meant to be part of a broader cosmic community. Meanwhile, technological sharing sessions were arranged, where Earth scientists met with alien delegates to exchange knowledge. Dr. Emily Jo found herself at the forefront of these exchanges, her expertise in environmental suit technology highly sought after. "We need to integrate this new tech carefully," she advised her team. "It's not just about advancement, but ensuring these technologies can't be used against us." In the political spheres, debates raged over the extent of cooperation with the Galactic Council. Some argued for a cautious approach, prioritizing Earth's sovereignty, while others pushed for deeper integration, seeing it as necessary for survival in a potentially hostile universe. Lucas and Sarah attended these sessions, often providing a grounded perspective from their first-hand experiences. "Remember, our strength lies in our adaptability and unity. We shouldn't lose that in our haste to expand our reach," Lucas warned during a particularly heated assembly. Amidst the strategizing and integration, Silex, the defected Zyphorian, took on a new role as an ambassador at large, helping to bridge the gap between human and alien perceptions. "Many are curious about us, some are wary, but few understand what it means to be human," he noted during a cultural exchange program. "We need to show them who we are, not just what we can do." As Earth adjusted to its new status, the Galactic Council monitored their progress closely. Vierix, who had initially doubted the humans, now observed their integration with a mix of apprehension and respect. "They are unpredictable," he confided in his closest advisors, "which makes them either a potential asset or a threat." In the background, the military prepared for any outcome, enhancing Earth's defenses and expanding their capabilities with the newly acquired technologies. The balance of power was delicate, and the peace tentative. As Earth continued its orbit, spinning slowly in the void, its inhabitants looked to the stars with new eyes. The cosmos was no longer a realm of distant, abstract lights, but a landscape of political and existential challenges. For better or worse, humanity had stepped onto the galactic stage, and the eyes of the universe were intently fixed on them, waiting to see what they would do next. As Earth solidified its place within the galactic community, tensions between old Earth rivalries and new alliances began to shape the geopolitical landscape. The global leaders convened in a series of high-level summits, spearheaded by General Sarah Mitchells and Captain Lucas Grant, now prominent figures in both military and diplomatic circles. "We must present a united front," Sarah emphasized in the conference room, where the flags of Earth's nations had been replaced by a single emblem representing Earth in the Galactic Council. Negotiations were intense, with every nation vying to protect its interests while adjusting to the reality that Earth was now a small part of a much larger universe. The meetings often stretched late into the night, with Lucas providing insight into the military strategies of their new allies and potential adversaries. "We're not just planning for peace," he pointed out during a strategy session. "We're preparing to defend against threats both from within and beyond our solar system." Meanwhile, Dr. Emily Jo led a team of Earth's finest minds in a collaborative project with alien engineers, developing a hybrid technology that integrated advanced alien energy systems with human engineering. The project, dubbed the Nexus Initiative, was a testament to Earth's growing influence and technological capacity. "We are crafting the cornerstone of Earth's future defenses and its potential as a galactic hub," Emily declared at the unveiling of the Nexus Core, a powerful reactor capable of powering an entire city with clean energy. In the broader public, cultural exchanges flourished. Alien artworks and human music festivals began to blend, creating new forms of expression that captivated audiences across species. Silex, now a celebrity in his own right, hosted interstellar broadcasts that explored the customs and traditions of different galactic cultures, bringing a sense of wonder and unity to the viewers back home. But not all was peaceful. On the fringes of the galaxy, Pyrrhic remnants, disgruntled by their defeat at the hands of Earth's champions, stirred unrest. Reports of skirmishes on border planets reached the Council, with whispers of a new leader rising among the Pyrrhic, one who did not share the Council's willingness to accept humanity. The Galactic Council, once skeptical of Earth's capabilities, now sought their counsel in dealing with these emerging threats. During a critical session of the Council, with Virix presiding, Sarah took the floor. "The Pyrrhic respect strength," she advised, her voice firm. "Show weakness, and they will exploit it. We must be proactive, not reactive." Back on Earth, preparations intensified. The Nexus Initiative's technology provided not only energy, but also powered new defense systems that were installed around key locations across the planet. Training programs for both human and alien military forces were established, focusing on joint operations and strategies. Earth was no longer just a participant in galactic affairs, but a formidable architect of its future. As Earth's first fully operational interstellar defense fleet launched, a sense of pride and determination filled the air. The fleet, a symbol of Earth's resilience and technological ascendance, stood ready not just to defend its home, but to ensure its place and influence within the galaxy. In the command center, as the fleet took position amongst the stars, Lucas stood beside Sarah, both watching the live feed from the lead ship. "It's a new era for humanity," he said, his gaze fixed on the screen where Earth shone brightly against the backdrop of space. Sarah nodded, a slight smile playing on her lips. "Yes, and let the galaxy know. We're here to stay." The story of Earth's ascent from an underdog to a pivotal player in galactic politics was not just about battles won or technologies developed. It was about the spirit of a planet united under a common cause, ready to face whatever challenges the stars might hold. As the defense fleet disappeared into the vastness of space, Earth looked onward, its eyes wide open, its heart fierce and full of hope, its message clear. Humanity was not just surviving, it was thriving.